unfamiliar concept that was not introduced to me until my teenage years, of which then I believed my life revolved around, and could not comprehend nor accept this concept until recently. Growing up, my attitude towards school can be considered as nonchalant. School was a mere interruption to my priorities, which were food, movies, and friends. I had little to no concept of failure because I simply had never scrutinized myself in those terms, nor did I think that such measurements mattered. However, it was not until one unforgettable day in 8th grade when I failed my first ever math test. It was that day and that moment that I made a conscious decision that I suddenly cared and decided that this foe would be conquered. Adopting my mother's stubborn streak, I decided to immerse myself in math that summer to prove that I was in no way remedial. That summer, I started shedding the persona of an unmotivated girl who hated studying to adopting the idea that no matter how much work had to be done in order to succeed, I would do it. I soon began to realize that the predictability of formulas and theories became a comfy security blanket, shielding me from the chaos and pressures that I could not control. And since then, I knew math and I had called it a truce, and I knew it would play a significant role in my future. Now that I think about it, it's quite ridiculous to think that numbers taught me to conquer my fears, but it's actually quite logical. Just as numbers can be positive and negative, so can my attitude towards it. As long as I stay positive and maintain the stubborn determination that has been passed down, I can conquer any obstacles. Once I turned that stubbornness into productivity, no task felt overwhelming. This was not an overnight change by any means. I still often get discouraged when I am encountered with challenges or failures. In 10th grade, I was told that I was not good enough for the school orchestra. I was first introduced to music in 5th grade when my parents forced me into playing the violin because they thought that well-rounded students played an instrument. I remember that I hated the formality, the posturing, and definitely the music. But again, due to my stubbornness, I decided to immerse myself in the violin to prove that I can make it into the orchestra. And before I knew it, I was sitting in 11th grade orchestra, clocking away as a top-seated violinist. Though I did love the people in the orchestra, I dreaded the time wasted, the laborious techniques, and the finding of interest. And so I decided to quit in 12th grade. It's funny how distance does make the heart grow fonder, because even though only 6 months had passed since I quit playing the violin, I soon began to miss this instrument. And I knew that recommitting had to be on my own terms. So the summer before my freshman year in college, I decided to audition and was elected for the Australian Music Festival. And it felt like I was discovering my passion for this instrument for the very first time. I knew then that I have rekindled and expanded my strong relationship with music. But more importantly, I have gained the surety of its role within my personality, which was only possible through a little hard time. So in the end, is failure actually really failure? Because isn't it in fact our choice to allow failure to be the ultimate result? Only by overcoming obstacles can we discover what we are really made of. When I think of all my failures, I smile. I am a better person because I failed. Failure led me on an evolving journey of self-discovery, and the persistence and patience that I have gained while pulling myself out of the depths of failure will continue to serve me throughout my life. Challenges don't scare or frustrate me anymore. Rather, they are just fodder for additional growth, and I welcome them with open arms.